All right, so we're leaving Buc-ee's. Things didn't quite work out. I was supposed to have somebody come pick me up here in Temple, but doesn't look like that's gonna happen, so I'm gonna have to make the best of it and ride back home on my bike. It's not exactly ideal, but we're gonna make it work, ladies and gents. We're gonna make it work. I just gotta figure out how to get to the other side of this highway. I'm gonna use up too much battery, so I'm gonna try to limit using the front motor, and I might be able to make it the just over 20 miles it takes to get back to Killeen from here. We'll see. We'll see. No guarantees because I'm a little bit screwed right now. Try not to use my phone too much, even though I have my battery pack with me in my bag. I still want to conserve as much battery as possible. But you gotta make the best out of a bad situation, you know? Just what I gotta do. Just what I gotta do. When I'm sitting in traffic like this, I like to get a little bit closer to some cars so that the car in front of me can see me. And if there's a car behind me, they're less likely to be right up on me. Feel like this? Can I cut through here? This looks a little safer. That's where I want to be. I can go up this hill. I get over this hill. It's still gonna be okay. See my entry point right there. Come on. You got it, girl. Oh, what a lovely day. What a lovely day. Can't believe I made it up that hill. I definitely don't know this area at all. None of this looks familiar to me. But we're gonna keep riding. We're gonna keep riding because I gotta get home regardless. Originally the plan was I go to my first appointment, dental, then I go to the VA to check in, get some things done, and then I was supposed to just ride out to Buc-ee's and then ride back to the VA and go home from there. But I didn't bring my car because I can't fit my bike in my car. I was dropped off. But the person who dropped me off isn't currently answering the phone. So I'm not mad at them. You know, I know they were tired. They're honestly sick, so it's okay. You know, I'll make it work. You know, I'll try to get as close to home as possible, and maybe they'll be awake by then to answer my call. But I got a lot done today. I got a few more things I can do at home, chores and such. I feel like my back is always exposed when I'm wearing a backpack and the vest and a hoodie. It's like it causes my shirt to ride up every time. I guess in Temple, and now I'm riding past like welding supply shops and metalworking companies, so I'm assuming this is where I would have ended up working if I had stayed in the field of welding. I went to welding school. I did pretty good. I wasn't top of my class or anything, but I think I did pretty good. I made good grades. You know, I paid attention, I put in the work, but the problem is, yeah, I can't turn left there. It's all closed up. This is closed. That one's open, but the side is closed. I need to just take this left here. GPS is all over the place. You guys can't hear it. I don't know why I'm over here talking about this. GPS says it might take about 2 hours and change for me to get home. And if I was mad about the person not being able to pick me up, by the time I got home, I wouldn't be anymore. I mean, I get to spend more time on the bike. It's not ideal with the battery system or the battery issues I'm having right now. Both my batteries, well, this one, I rode it for a good amount, trying to get to Buc-ee's. Now I gotta try to make this battery last as much as possible, so I'm pedaling. I'm pedaling on the lowest pedal assist mode, so I don't have to try as hard. Too bad. And some people might think, well, you can just charge it while you're out. Yeah, see, this is the problem. And there's a few different kinds of e-bikes that have the same issue, right? You can plug it in, but it might not start charging for a couple of hours because the battery it literally needs to cool down before you can start charging it. That's why they have specific chargers for e-bike batteries that will allow the battery to cool off before it starts giving it power. I think I know this area. I don't think I'm too far from there's like a community pool or something over here. We're gonna be cutting through Morgan's Point, all kinds of stuff like that today. The hardest part of this is the fact that I'm pedaling, but I'm glad I got across the highway safely. I'm glad I didn't take the way the GPS wanted me to, and I kind of found that hill, went up that hill, and it took me over to where I needed to be. That is honestly safer than following the highway like it wanted me to. This would honestly be easier if the seating position on this was better. Now, I know once I make it to Nolanville, I'll be like a hop, skip, and a jump from where I live. Of course, I'm gonna cut the recording as soon as I make it into Killeen. If my battery on this camera can last that long. I don't think it will. I can get 90 minutes out of this camera, and I think I already probably used up like 20. Just getting over to Buc-ee's, leaving the VA, riding around the VA, then leaving and getting over to Buc-ee's. So if that happens, then, you know, it is what it is. I'll take out my phone and I'll do an on-the-spot recording, and we'll compile everything later. Yeah, about 27 miles to go. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, I'm not making good time or anything. It still says it'll take about 2 hours and almost 30 minutes to get home. Which the GPS, I know it's set up. I have it on bike mode, but it's also set up based on the average speed of a traditional bicycle. So I definitely tend to move faster than what the GPS shows. So just go straight through this. Okay, plus I've pedaled in a while, trying to conserve battery. Now, I suppose it would have been better for me to actually set up my derailleur correctly, but I just threw that new derailleur on and I had the hardest time doing all those little small, slight adjustments to get it just right, and I gave up. I'm not gonna lie, I gave up. And that might have made this ride easier because I could put it in 0 pedal assist and I can at least try to ride the bike on flat surfaces pedaling. This ride would not have worried me so much if my batteries were still brand new. I would not be worried about this at all. I'd be able to ride with just throttle on like level 1 or 2, but you know, since one of my batteries is having issues and the other one doesn't work the way it's supposed to, honestly, they're both giving me issues. Am I gonna have to go across this? There's sidewalk? Yeah, but not for me. Normally I would have tried to avoid this, but being on the regular road is much better. At least it's not cold anymore. The 50s still, but I'm comfortable. I got sweats and a hoodie on, so I'm pretty comfortable. Lord, lady, what the heck? The guy gave me a peace sign as he rode past me. Dude, my feelings aren't hurt. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Hope nobody's calling the police. Like, there's a guy on a bicycle. He's on the highway. This isn't the highway. And some people don't even know bikes can be in the road. Some people think bikes are only supposed to be on the sidewalk. Some people think bikes can't be on the sidewalk. Either way, I'm gonna ride where I feel I'm safest. This chain keeps getting caught. My butt's gonna be so sore when I get home. And the sidewalk ends up there. I'm gonna have to go around those guys or something. Really nice. I didn't know this trail was here. Green bridge. And wood planks don't sound so good. What the heck just happened there? Oh, my derailleur's like flying forward. That should be fun. Terrain and an untuned derailleur. Pedaling will definitely cause this. I can't even like ride the bike to like a bus stop and hop on one of the local transits because those buses, they have like bike racks, but I just feel like my bike would be too heavy. I'm worried that my bike would be too heavy and it would cause issues, and then my bike isn't the size of a traditional bike. It's the fatter tires and the wheels, not just the tires, but like the wheels in general are just fatter because they have hub motors in both. I mean, I feel like if I got a chance to look at it, I would know for sure. I had to pass it already, but there's like a Freddy's. All the restaurants are. Battery's like toast. I've got 2 out of 5 bars and 5 volts. It's dropping. It's like 43, 44, 49. None of that's correct. Yeah, there goes the mod pizza and the Freddy's. Freddy's mod. Because I had turned it up that much. Oh, I had it on 4. Oh, I was hitting the menu button. I guess I fat fingered the up button for power level. I'm like, I'm going a lot faster than I was before. I look down, I'm going 4. Man, that's gonna cost me a little bit. The good thing about level 2 is I'm getting about 20 miles per hour. I'm not too fast, I'm not too slow, and I actually don't have to put too much effort into pedaling. As long as I rotate, every now and then, I'm okay. Thank you. I didn't know this trail was here. This is not bad. I'm pretty sure this doesn't go on forever though, because I'm still in Temple, but I think I'm almost at Morgan's Point. It was nice of that guy. At first I was like, here's this fucking D-bag here, and then he moves out the way. I was like, oh, you're freaking nice. Yep, my battery's down to 1 bar now. Let's drop down to 1. I can't afford to drop down to 0 because this chain is gonna pop. It's gonna pop right off again. Yeah, I know this Ignite coffee shop. 2 hours, 3 minutes, 24 miles to go. Dollar General. It's always a Dollar General. You see some aluminum building? It's probably a Dollar General. This looks like it's going to be maybe a hotel. I feel like if I pedal, once I get the other battery on the bike, when this one dies and I get the other battery on the bike, I feel like if I just pedal and I keep pedaling, I'll be okay. This is where the trail ends, and I move over to the regular road for a little bit. This is not ideal right now. I'll ride through this for a little bit. I think I just need to follow this. My camera just died. Cut through here because this road looks safer. None of this is fucking connected, is it? I'm gonna go this way anyway. I can cut through the field over here. It's safe going over that bridge. An entry point. There we go. A little bit, I guess. Don't really know where to cross. This is so sore. Dead. Glad I found a sidewalk over here though. Kind of picks up where that trail ended. Gonna get home no matter what. Just gotta do it myself. Just gotta do it. Sometimes you can't rely on people, man. Sometimes you just gotta get shit done. You know, my dad used to always tell me that. So once I get to like 15 miles or less, I'll be able to switch my battery and I should be fine. Like the speed limit over here is 50 miles an hour. Yeah, I don't want to be riding in that shit. Not until I absolutely have to. Or like I want to bump it back up to 2, but my legs hurt. My legs are hurt. Hill after hill. Welcome to hill country, sir. That's how it works. I might be fine. Or maybe coast a bit of a curve downhill slightly. And this trail's gonna end at some point too. Sidewalks. Life gives you lemons. Recognize this. I've been over here before. Storage. Because I didn't delete those clips that I had on there. I didn't delete anything from the other day. But still got 2 wheels. It's open now. Was though. Almost into Killeen. Well, I guess this back way is technically Nolanville. I'm not fucking sure. As you can see, I made it home. I am back home in my garage. All I could think about was I did actually enjoy that ride, even though it was a lot longer than I expected it to be. GPS said it was going to take me about 3 hours. I expected it was going to take me maybe 1 hour and 45. It took a little over 2 hours. And it wasn't supposed to go down like that. I was supposed to have somebody actually pick me up from the Buc-ee's, and that didn't happen. I ended up having to ride the bike all the way back home. Now, I'm not upset. I enjoy being on my bike. It was just a new experience, you know? I had never taken my bike somewhere that far away from home and then had to ride it back. I got lucky. I didn't have any flats. I made it home, you know? One of my batteries died. It was actually somewhere around going from, I want to say, Morgan's Point almost into Nolanville. That's when that first battery finally died. Then I was able to switch to that second battery, and I got home. I was going to make it another before I actually got home, but I was so tired from all the pedaling and being out in the sun. Even though it wasn't hot, I was still wearing layers and sweating like crazy. But I got home, and oh man, it was quite the experience to ride on that kind of e-bike. It's not really made for pedaling, but sure enough, I was able to, you know, pretty much keep the bike on pedal assist 1 and 2. And those are between like 15 to like almost 20 miles per hour. I saw some things, interesting scenery. I mean, I love scenery. I love to see beautiful, just natural settings. It made me really happy. But yeah, once I got into Killeen, that scenery changed drastically. I mean, it was a ton of traffic. It was basically the middle of the day. So, you know, I still had plenty of battery power left. So I was actually able to bump it up from pedal assist 1 or 2 to 5 and use my front motor to get all the way home, because Killeen itself isn't like the biggest city, but I was able to get across the city no problem. I got home, and first thing I had to do was take my shoes off because my dogs were barking. I mean, my feet were hurting. As you can see, when I was initially riding, I had my other gloves on. I was wearing a different hoodie, different sweats, and I'm actually wearing some slides right now because my feet need to just kind of decompress. But overall, I would say what I learned from this experience is those bikes can go a lot farther than you think. The manufacturer says that I should be able to get between 60 and 75 miles to one battery. Now, I don't see that as possible with my weight and in the terrain of Central Texas. It's very hilly. But I want to say I got about 25 miles to that first battery before I had to really switch it over. And the second battery, I probably could have kept going, probably into Copper's Cove. I mean, I feel like I had that much battery left. If I would have kept it on like pedal assist 1 or 2 and actually pedaled my way out, I would have been okay. But we made it home. My bike's already charged up. I mean, I'm ready to go out for another ride. So hopefully within the next day or so, I can actually get out there and start this conversation about dad life. You know, last couple videos have been me just kind of riding around and talking about my e-bike and the area around me and things like that. So I think it's finally time for us to have that conversation about being a dad. I'll talk about my story, the things that I've gone through, the things I've put myself through, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend like there are some things that aren't my fault. But nevertheless, if you decided to stick around to the end, I appreciate it. I hope you'll like and subscribe and follow me if you're on the TikToks. I really appreciate you guys. My following has grown pretty slow, but I still appreciate everybody that decides to take a watch, because it shows me that there are people out there that actually want more than just a fancy electric bike and somebody speeding and doing wheelies. So yeah, with that being said, you guys have yourself a great day, and thank you for watching E-Bike Dad.